First of all, like you're a legend, and I am so excited to be talking to you. I mean, I grew up in the '90s and like the house music, and you were part of my soundtrack growing up. So, thank you for taking time today. I appreciate you.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
It's the Crisco Kid Block Party. Yeah.
All right. Our next guest on the show has been called one of the most influential women in dance music with 12 #1 Billboard Dance Chart hits, almost 500 million, not million, billion streams across all platforms combined. She got 6 ASCAP Songwriter Awards, 4 Billboard Music Awards, 3 American Music Award nominations, an MTV Video Music Award, and the latest recipient of the Female Icon Award at the EDMAs. Give it up for the legendary Crystal Waters, ladies and gentlemen. Let me catch my breath because you got a lot, and you've done way more than that. That's just the way I could introduce you right now. How are you?
I'm doing great. That sounded really good.
Well, thank you very much. Now, you're no stranger to SiriusXM. You're part of the family here on Utopia.
Yep, I'm part of the family. I Am House Radio was on Utopia Saturday night, 7 p.m.
Yeah. So we know you from music, right? We know the vocals, we know the house, but what do you like about doing radio, hosting your own show? It's been 6 years. I mean, what do you love about it?
Yeah, I like hearing the new music. I love hearing all the new music. So much new music out there that's really good and doesn't really have a home, especially with house music. So I love getting it in, giving people a platform, and I get to meet a lot of the producers. There are a lot of new producers out there. So it keeps me involved. It keeps me here, my ear fresh, and I just love still being in the community.
You know, you said it right there. A lot of great house music doesn't necessarily have a home where you can hear them consistently. So shows like yours and like what we do here at Globalization and other platforms that can give a home to that, it really does make the difference because I don't want to say came out of house music retirement, but I have a new pool residency every Saturday night. And so it's been fun to kind of dig in the crates or stream and find other records again that are just so good right now. There was a lot of good house music, including your project, which I'm excited about. Let's talk about that. A couple of records out right now. You and Me. Congratulations, #1 on the UK charts.
Thank you. Yes, my first single off the album. I'm doing one more album, so I wanted to come out with something strong, and we're at it.
Being a part of, radio, and like you said, you get to meet the producers, you get to have the conversation. You know what sounds are still like relevant right now, and then I would assume that you appreciate how, and I know I have, just the 90s sound. Anything nostalgic, the throwbacks are so big to where it's almost giving like a rebirth to where not just people that may be over 35, but like the younger generation, not just people say millennials, but millennials are grandparents now. We're talking Gen Z, like the younger kids, like they're getting to go back and fall in love with that sound that you helped make so iconic over the years. It's got to feel good, right?
Yeah, I think it's a soulful sound that's been missing for a while. I think people are going back, and I think it's so hard. There's so much music out now that it's really hard to find the good stuff. So you got to go to the stuff you can rely on. And actually, I met the producers of the first 3 singles through my podcast from listening to the show. They would hand in music every month. And I was like, these guys are really good. So I actually met them through the podcast and reached out to them. That's how I started working with them. But they're young guys, and all their music had that little bit of tinge of that 90s sound in it, and I really liked it. And I was like, yeah, that's the mode right now.
Yeah, so you and me, let's talk about this #1, back on #1 where you belong, Crystal Waters. You got the tour happening right now, all throughout the summer. We're going into the fall. What is feeling good? Because I know you just killed it at the Roots picnic. I saw some of the videos out there. I mean, how does it feel to be like front? I mean, right there on the stage again, your own tour doing it.
Oh, it feels good. I mean, I tour a lot, but this year seems like, with the new music, it's really nice. It's fresh. It's fun. And this seems like since house music is back, I kind of represent that whole community. So people want to come out and be a part of that whole set, the house music feel. So I'm glad I'm like one of the representatives out there getting it done.
Let's give them the song right now. We can't just say it's #1 and not play it. Please introduce it, Crystal. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my new single. First off the album, You and Me.
Earlier, we were just talking about just the 90s, the sounds. And when you think about that, you think about the pianos, right? Just the soul that you hit it on the head earlier. It was kind of missing from music.
The bass lines, too, because I felt like EDM is nice, but you couldn't find a real bass line. It was the drums just moving around, and I always miss bass lines. So I'm glad the bass lines are coming back.
Yeah, well, can we talk about Big Bite? Let's move this into the kind of the transition because I'm a big fan of like just soulful house vocals and keys. And like you said, the bass line, but Big Bite, the way the piano is just kind of hitting is giving me those vibes. How did this all come together?
Yeah, well, like I said, this is from another song from Many Few. They did You and Me, and they just have this sound where they use some of those classic house sounds, but they with the new drum loops, the new modern sounds. It just makes it fresh and new. So when I heard that, I was like, I gotta write to that. So it's kind of like the theme through the whole album that I'm trying to do.
You said when you're writing, and I know you have the writing awards, not just on the performing aspect, but the writing. Do you still get like that feeling? Is it butterflies? Like when you hear certain sounds or a certain song without the vocals, do you automatically just kind of start hearing it? You know how you're about to kill it, or how does that work?
Yeah, I can hear when I first hear the track, and I can know I can write something to that. I'm like, that's good. I got that. Because I get a lot of tracks, and some of them are like, meh, and then I try to force myself to write them, and that's just how they sound, meh. But when I hear something that's on fire, I know I can do something with it.
Some people that are writing, they prefer the writing aspect. When you're writing, are you automatically thinking though, I might have to go ahead and keep this one. I can't really pass this on to you right now.
I haven't written any songs for anybody. I only write for myself. So, I try with a lot of people that I work with. I'm like, can I give this to somebody else? Can we do an alias? They're like, they all want my name on it. They're like, no, you have to be on this. So that's something I haven't done yet.
Now, speaking of the name, like part of the music nerd in me and other DJs, we know jazz being an important part of kind of your upbringing and in the creating the sound of just house music and maybe music, period. Is that still a part of the DNA when the pen is touching the paper? I don't know if you're doing it electronic now. Whatever you're writing,
I'm still pen to paper. But yeah, I do a lot of my vocals are jazz vocals. I mean, like just with You and Me has the ba 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 in it, and then Big Bite has a little jazz melody in it. I think that's my sound. I think that's what makes me different from a lot of other artists. So yeah, I definitely keep that in there.
When we do think Crystal Waters, we're thinking house records, right? We're thinking just big anthems and but as far as like R&B or maybe any other type of like more slower, where is that kind of coming into this project? Or are we getting all dance records? Where's the lane of this one?
There's no R&B, but I think I have some more traditional house sounds, like I've done with some other DJs. So there's a slower beat, more traditional, like more like a Louis Vega sound. So you'll get a lot of that in there. But I wanted to start off with some strong dance stuff because we want people dancing. We want them back out there dancing.
Come on, that's what we do around here on Globalization, which is why we had to have this conversation. And speaking of globalization, we have a lot of DJs that listen and a lot of producers, whether you're male, whether you're female, whether you're just whatever you identify with. But I understand you had a contest a couple of weeks ago. It kind of wrapped up where you actually opened up the opportunity for DJs and producers to participate in remixing one of your records that's coming up. Talk about that right quick.
I linked up with Change the Beat, who's an organization that's trying to put women in the forefront of dance music now. So they have contests, and I linked up with them. So this contest was for my third single, Bop, where only female remixers were invited to be involved. So they all got the vocals, they all mixed in. We just wrapped up on Monday, and this week, hopefully by next week, we'll get to listen and see who wins. Because I think it's important. There's a lot of females out there that are good, a lot of female DJs, but you just don't get to see them. So we want to put a spotlight on them.
And I'm glad you're doing that because people like yourself have kicked down the door and there's made room for all types of people to participate, whether it's on the production side or just being a part of the executive side, making money in this industry side. How important is that for you to represent or still create opportunities for everyone to participate and being a part of your music, whether they're a fan or on the production side?
I think it's very important. You have to reach back. You have to look back because I think I remember I didn't have very many people, anybody really that was showing me the way. But, this is one of the reasons why I started my podcast so people will have the platform and even this contest. I even started the record label so I could sign people who don't. Because the music business has changed. It's all really about networking and, finding out the new information. So I wanted to be a part of that, and it's important for people who are starting out, to get into that networking system. Go to the conferences, go to Miami or wherever, because you never know. May not be the person that you meet the first night, but maybe the third night, and 3 years later, you say, "Oh, I remember that guy," and it's like that. You just got to keep out there and hear what's going on.
Yeah, come on, Crystal Waters.
I get a bell.
Come on, come on. Oh, you didn't know how to. That's that live studio audience in the back. They're in a different room right there. They love what you say. They love what you saying. You know what? You want to give them Big Bite right now? Can we introduce?
Give a big bite. You got to take a big bite out of life.
Globalization.
Hey, this is Crystal Waters, and you're listening to Big Bite.
The music icon, Crystal Waters, ladies and gentlemen. Again, the You and Me tour is happening right now throughout the summer. You got a couple of performances coming up, not just here in the States, but you're going all over the world. A lot of us, we like to make those last minute plans. So if we're thinking about taking a destination anywhere, I mean, where might we go? Where can we go?
Well, first of all, you have to go to my website, iamcrystalwaters.com. There, all my information, all the shows, all the new music, the podcast, anything you want to know about me is right there. Go there, see if I'm coming to your town, because I'm out here. So come see me.
And by the way, just another recommendation for me on a personal tip. If you do want to follow the YouTube channel, subscribe to it, because I listen, because it's a good show. There's like you said, we talked about earlier, there's a lot of good house music out there, and you found it. You have it.
Yes, I did. Yep, we're up on YouTube. You get me on YouTube as I Am Crystal Waters. And we got, look, my team is like, yeah, that's it. And especially on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. You want to DM me, I'll hit you back at Crystal Waters. Yeah, talk to me.
Hey, and there we go. And before you get out of here, I just want to ask this question. One day I might write a book about this. I don't know, but our inspiration is motivated by different things, right? In our life, as we go through, we achieve different successes at different times. And at this moment in your career, what is your why? What still keeps you going?
My why, it's kind of like the song Big Bite. It's, at some point you have to be your own biggest cheerleader. And when I decided that I was going to do this new album and get back out here, I was asking myself why. And it's like, you got to take a big bite out of life. You got to do it. I got to get it done. What else am I going to do? But I think that's my why, because I have something unique to offer, and I want to see people happy. And I also want to be representative of the house community, to know that it's good music. It's not just about me. It's about the whole community. I want people to remember it, know where it came from, and what it's all about. So that's why I'm here.
And, to go along with that, Crystal, what feels different about this time, this project?
I think because it's mine. I'm in control of everything. It's my label. It's my music. I'm in charge this time, this time around. Last time I was just being flung around. But this time it's mine, and I know what I want, and I know what I'm doing. So, get another bell.
There it is. Hey, well, let's give them one more on the way out. You want to do Big Bite? You want to do You and Me? What do you want to do?
I want to do Big Bite. That's my latest single. Go to my website. I Am Crystal Waters to get it.
There it is. Pitbull's Globalization. This is the Crisco Kid Block Party. Thank you. I love you.
Thank you. You are awesome. You are awesome. I need that energy.